Just letting you guys know the deck code will be down in the description. Grimclaws here. Welcome back, Claw Club community, and I'm glad to have you here with me on this frosty day. No, it's not actually frosty. It's hot as fucking balls in here. I got the air conditioning on. I got the fan on. Hopefully the fan sounds won't interfere. But the reason it's a frosty day is because we are playing a frosty deck. This is a 40 card all frost shaman. Nothing else to it. It is just completely frost. And we'll hop right into it, so roll that intro. Welcome back, Claw Club community. It's time for the claws to come out. Alright, so we'll just hop into Hearthstone here. Hey guys, Grimclaws here. For some reason, one of the features on my phone bugged out the audio, so I'm just going to narrate it for you, and that should shorten the video up a little bit as well. So right now, I think I'm just asking you to, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for upcoming videos, that the community has been really great and supportive. Just this month alone, we've hit 9 new subscribers, over 250 hours of watch time, and some other great analytics as well. It's really good for a small channel that I started only a year ago, which I took 6 months off of in between after the death of half my family. But I'm basically explaining all of that. Also, if you want to donate and help the channel, I do have a Cash App. It's #Grimclaws, GRIMCLAWZ. But don't feel obligated. If you'd like to help the channel grow, go ahead and donate, but it's completely up to you. Much love either way. So at this point, I'm just explaining the deck that we're going to be playing, Frostbite Shaman. And I'm actually going to skip to that part right now. Okay, so at this point I'm just showcasing the deck, and I'm going over how I have a 30-5 record with it, which is about an 87% win rate, and after this video it actually became 31-5, so closer to 90% win rate. I highlighted the Azsharan Scroll and Scalding Geyser up there because those are really the only two things that aren't frost related in this deck, but they kind of are, because you use the Azsharan Scroll to look for more frost spells, and then you dredge up the sunken scrolls with the Scalding Geysers. That's pretty much the point of that, so it just adds more frost spells, and you'll see why, because this deck can do some crazy fucking things. For example, right now I'm just scrolling through, kind of showing you the cards. But for example, if you have Bolner and Brann on the board and you play your Granite Forgeborn, then that's going to go off 4 times. And if you play another one, it's going to go off another 4 times. And if you play the Macaws, that's another 4 times each. So you could discount everything in the deck by 16, plus your Auctionhouse Gavel. But I mean, all of that's obviously unnecessary, because just discounting everything by 8 pretty much makes everything in the deck free. Except Prince Renathal, but he's cheap anyways. As you saw, I highlighted Neptulon there, just because he's kind of the one other thing that isn't completely ice related, but he's close enough and he's an elemental, so... this is where I'm going over the Granite Forgeborn combo of just how to reduce everything in mana. But there's one real champion of the deck. One of them, I guess 2 champions of the deck. One of them is Ice Revenant. I know, who would have thought a fucking meta player like Ice Revenant would be one of the champions of the deck, but he just gets so big with all of these ice spells and frost spells that you're casting, that he just gets overwhelmingly big and hard to deal with. And Snowfall Guardian, same thing. If you have Bolner and Brann on the board and you play him, his battle cry is going to go off 4 times. So if they have 7 minions up there, that's going to make him a 31/31 and freeze all of their stuff. But the other champion of the deck, which is the card that you would probably least think of as a champion of the deck, just does so much damage and creates so much chaos and is a combo enabler, so you can just like wipe out people's boards. Also, we have Bearon Gla'shear here, which fills up super fast. He's really good if somebody wipes your board. Like the last game I played, my board got wiped out by a whirlpool, and I had a Bearon Gla'shear in my hand, which cost like 3 at the time, and he was already loaded up to 7 or 8, so I just played him, refreshed my board, and the person conceded. So definitely really helpful in the deck, and you can discount him to 0 as well, or use your Auctionhouse Gavel to get him down a couple. So I should be getting to, right now I'm just talking about how Lokholar is almost always free, because when you do the discounts, if you do get under 15 or less health, which generally you're not going to, you start out at 40, and with the Radiance of Azshara in the deck, every frost spell you cast is going to give you 3 more armor. So, but you've reduced him so much anyways, he's pretty much free. If you ever do get that low in life, he will be free. Right now I'm just talking about some statistics of the deck, and shortly I should be getting to the part about the champion of the deck. And I'm just going to cut to that part real quickly. Alright, here I'm scrolling to the true champion of this deck. Fucking Cheaty fucking Snobold. That's right, the biggest meta player of all time. He is the champion of this deck. If you think about it, if you have Bolner and Brann on board and you play a Snowfall Guardian, his effect is going to go off 4 times. And let's say they have a full board, Cheaty Snobold is going to deal 12 damage to them because they got frozen 4 times. Also, off your Wildpaw Caverns here, every time one of your 3/4 elemental reindeers or whatever they are smack someone in the face, they're going to deal 6 instead of the regular 3. Same off the little reindeers that Bearon Gla'shear sets up. But here I'm explaining the whole Snowfall Guardian thing, and yeah, if you can get the whole combo set up, you can wipe out their whole board with Cheaty Snobold. It's also like having a lightning bolt freely attached to every Windchill that you cast. And it only affects the enemy minions, so you don't have to worry about your Glaciates or freezing your own minions or anything like that. So basically what you want to keep in the mulligan is always keep Cheaty Snobold, because he's one of your biggest combo pieces. Keep Bolner, especially if you have Brann in your starting hand. That definitely is a help. So, I mean, definitely keep those. If those aren't in your starting hand, sorry for that. I would try to keep Auctionhouse Gavel to reduce other Battlecry minions, or Granite Forgeborn, or Wildpaw Caverns. Those are the keeps. So let's get into the gameplay. Just one note before we get into the gameplay, I would like to point out I made 3 major misplays in this game. If you can spot them, leave them down in the comments. But even with making those 3 major misplays, I still won the game, which just shows the power of this deck. And I just want to explain, I'm not like other streamers or video makers. I don't just stream for hours until I get some amazing wins and then just showcase off those amazing wins through videos. I show the deck, I show you what it is, I show you what to keep for mulligans, and then I show you what the deck can do and how it can perform, whether it wins or loses. It shows you the potential of the deck, how it should be played, what should be kept in the mulligan, and what you can do with it. So if you like the deck, leave a comment down below. If you changed the deck and somehow made it better or worse, leave a comment down below about that and how it affected the gameplay. Just if you enjoyed it, just leave a comment down below just discussing the deck and what you think of it, and what your win percentage with it was, because I would be interested to know. And also, like I said, if you can point out the 3 major misplays that I made, yet still somehow managed to win, write them down below, because I want to see who has a keen eye and can actually see these major misplays without any audio or me talking about them on the web screen, since I have to narrate this because of the audio. It'll be a little bit harder because I'm not saying them out loud what I did. So just want to see if any of you can catch that. So I'm jumping into the gameplay right now. Okay, here we are at the gameplay stage. I'm actually picking this up the very next day because I got really tired yesterday. It was just hot as heavenly fuck out there. So you could probably hear my lips smacking and me blubbering around like a fucking salmon out of water. Anyways, right now I am rubbing my 2 brain cells together, trying to figure out if this is Beast Hunter or Quest Hunter, and trying to figure out what I should keep for mulligan because of that. So I decide just to keep 1 piece of removal and 1 piece of mana reduction, which does pay off a little bit with the Snowfall Guardian. Of course, we gotta wait for the Renathal animation here. This would be much more exciting if I didn't have to narrate it, I'm sure, but it's gonna shorten down the video a lot and not make me have to re-record the whole game. But just for you guys, since I did kind of fuck up on the audio on this, I am gonna put out a part 2 for this video, so there will be another gameplay of this deck. And this deck list will be down in the description of each video. Of course, I found out after rubbing my 2 brain cells together that it was neither Beast Hunter or Quest Hunter. It was actually Face Hunter, or at least Face Hunter Beast Hunter hybrid, as they've seemed to merge together lately. So I just play the Auctionhouse Gavel here, figuring I have a couple Battlecry minions in my hand, and I'm trying to decide if I want to bonk the Divine Shield off the little 1/1 bastard, or if I want to just bonk the Hunter in the face for using a classic portrait. So I decided to go with the Divine Shield because it was just pissing me off, and I'm taking a vape break at the moment. That was weird. Anyway, so okay, the opponent has a couple 1-drops out, so now I can get, this is where Frostbite comes in so great, getting those honorable kills and making all of their spells cost 2 more. I'm just going to bonk this 1/1 out of existence, bam, and we've lowered the same elemental down by 2, so now I can play a Snowfall Guardian on 4 if I want to. I'm not sure if that's what I did or not, because I played this yesterday. Now, this pissed me off because there was no way I could remove it. So I actually had to let it stand for a couple turns, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. And so I just play out my Wildpaw Caverns here, as anybody would in this position. I get my Sparkly Reindeer, and I just go from there. Right now, I'm bitching and complaining about the peasant being on the board and how I can't kill it, and now I'm bitching and complaining about him top drawing a Azsharan Saber. Alright, so now I have a few decisions to make. I'm going to go with my Herald of Lokholar to draw a Frost spell and just put out a body up there to contest the peasant. With 1 mana left, there's nothing I can do, so I just pass the turn. Here I am again taking another vape break. Also still bitching in my head about that goddamn peasant who's bothering the fuck out of me. And of course the K9atron. He throws down the doggy biscuit, even though it's not to the doggy. That's kind of rude. And he smacks my sparkly reindeer out of existence. So what do I want to do in this point? Well, in this point, obviously, I want to Frostbite that. Make his spells cost more again. Just fuck with him. Because he's pissing me off at this point. I got 4 mana left, but there's not really enough on the board. There goes that goddamn peasant. There's not really enough on the board to warrant playing a Snowfall Guardian. So at this point, I believe I just slammed down the Granite Forgeborn, excuse me, and start getting more discounts. You don't always have to use the combo. I mean, they're great with just one Brann or just one Bolner or obviously both or just by themselves. Really, it all depends on the situation, and that's what makes this deck so flexible, is that you can lower the cost to what you need at that time. You don't always have to lower it by fucking 24 or whatever it is. So he immediately gets the Sunken Saber right back. Lucky for him. And of course, King Crush comes out to fucking pop me right in the dome, at least I thought. But he decides to take out my Sparkly Reindeer into Oblivion and kick it back into the Jurassic Age. For what reason, I have no idea. I think he thinks he's ahead on this game, and I don't know why he chose to freeze his King Crush instead of just bonking me in the fucking face. But that was his choice, his call. Now, I'm not going to say much about this turn, just because this is one of the major misplays. I'll give you that much. It is in this turn. So if you can spot it, again, write it down in the comments. If you can't, well, then don't. So at this point, I'm trying to decide what to do. If I should play my Arid Elemental, but that's not really helpful. Although I could push my Herald of Lokholar into King Crush and then kill it with the Arid. So I'm looking at it. I'm also thinking about freezing the board. But his King Crush is already frozen. So I eventually go with the original plan and just kick that back to the Jurassic Age. And then I gain some life back and don't lower the cost of any spells because I don't have any in my hand, and know that is not the misplay. I wish it was, but it was much more bigger than that. So of course off his Revive Pet, he gets fucking Mr. Stompy Beast right back and bonks me right back in the fucking head. This time doing it correctly as he should have the first time. I'd be at 18. Alright, so now I have Brann. And I believe this is where my second fuck up comes in. This is the second misplay. Again, if you can spot it, write it down in the comments. If you can get all 3, I may even do a giveaway, which I will announce in the second video about this deck. So stay tuned for that later today. I'll announce in that video whether or not I'm doing a video of anyone that in this video can spot all 3 misplays. And for anyone that can, I will randomize a thing with your guys' names in it for all the people that got it correct, and I will give away a rewards track to Murder at Castle NATHRIA. So, with that said, there's enough minions to warrant freezing the board, plus I get to do it twice, so that's pretty effective. Honestly, at this moment, I don't remember what the other guy's doing. Oh, that's right, he's playing a fucking Hydra. And so this becomes a little bit complicated. Unfortunately, he takes my Brann out, which really kind of pisses me off because the other Snowfall Guardian would have been really good. And here we got the Cheaty Snobold and the Snowball Guardian down. Okay, that one was pretty easy. I'll give you guys that one. I should have killed the Hydrolon head first, but that actually wasn't one of the 3 misplays, so that was just a 4th bonus one for you guys. Alright, so he gives this guy a doggy biscuit. He takes care of my Cheaty Snobold because he's sick of that shit going on. And equips his harpoon gun. And he sticks my totem right in the pwn. And what does he grab himself? I don't know. Can't remember. We'll find out in a second here. At this point, this guy's got big old fucking balls thinking he's in the lead. Oh, actually, that last one... It was either that last turn or the turn before that my 3rd misplay was in. It wasn't playing the Cheaty Snobold and reviving all the heads, though. That was not part of the issue, because I knew I was going to be playing Brucon soon as my deck was thinning out a little bit. Or picking something off Glaciate, or just attacking into the Hydrolon to make sure that the heads couldn't duplicate. So the Cheaty Snobold on the heads was not the 3rd misplay, but there was a 3rd misplay in and around those 2 turns. So now you have the time frame of when they happened, and like I said, I'll announce in the next video of whether or not I'm going to do a video, giveaway in the next video. So I finally take care of his King Crush for the 2nd time, heal everything up, and it looks like I'm back on top. I got 35 life, and he sticks down a mountain bear. Cute little mountain bear and a cute little puppy. And I got sparkly reindeers and rocks with hands. So, you know, unfortunately I gotta pummel the animals, but that's just what happens in Hearthstone. He quick shots one of my hand rock guys, though. So, I mean, that was like getting bitch slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars right there. Bam. So, at this point, I have my brilliant Macaw out, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was the last battle cry that I played, so I can set it off again. But I had forgotten. Obviously, I'm on mobile, so I can't play with a deck tracker. But then I remember, oh fuck yeah, it was Brucon. That's fucking awesome. So, since I already have the 2, I believe I press it. Come on, press it. There we go. And get everything down to 2. And then I play that and hope that it goes off again. Which, with my luck, it smacks him in the dome and then fries his fucking board. I couldn't have been more delighted. You can really see it in my face up there how delighted I am. I know, very stoic. Anyways, that's the end of my Wildpaw Caverns, and he's starting to go a different route now. He realizes he can't race me down, so he's going to stick a few Colossals at the bottom of his deck and poon him up. Again, I can't remember exactly which one he got. Oh, it was Nelly, yeah, nothing that major. Although the taunt was kind of annoying. It wasn't that big of a deal because Nelly fucking sucks. Let's just get that right out of the way real quick. Nelly fucking sucks. They nerfed her into oblivion. I feel bad for her. I wish she didn't even have to carry that boat on her back. I mean, they nerfed her that far into the ground that that extra weight is probably just traumatizing. So as you can see, these Azsharan Scrolls actually do come in handy other than just looking pretty. So I picked Don't Stand in the Fire, and I'm just figuring out what attacks I want to do first, what my hero power is, and if there's any way I can play into any of this. So I believe I pressed the button again to just heal up my Snowfall, and then, yep, smack off the taunt, and then play Don't Stand in the Fire. which doesn't end up being extremely effective, as you can see, but it's better than nothing. And I believe I smacked my bird into the big sea serpent, because that's always a good idea. But hey, if throwing a bird at a sea serpent's head can knock it out, then fuck. Let's all go over to Loch Ness and give it a try. So at this point, he's out of gas. So he's just trying to race me down from practically 40 life. And I think at this point, and look at there, another sparkly scroll. Let's see what's in it. Let's undo the box. Unwrap it right now. Yeah, so I got some dredge, I got a frostbite spell, I got some lifesteal. I think I go with the dredge on this one. Yes, to pick up the sunken scroll off the bottom, so that way I can get 3 more spells in my hand, because I as well am running a little bit out of gas. I got him at 4 now. I scroll him, I pick up sunken scroll, and then I go, shit, fuck, I thought I was going to draw that. I forgot I just dredged it. So I play Glaciate, and of course I get the perfect 8 drop, because that just happens with this deck every time. And at this point, I think he's pretty much just said, oh fuck, as he sees my hero power flip over to Fire Punch Hand, which he knows is going to Fire Punch him right in the dome, and he is going to be dead no matter what he does. Yet valiantly, he revives Pet, and I believe brings back, the Mountain Bear. I don't know why he didn't bring back the King Crush. I mean, that would have just one-swatted my guy, although I would have still had the armor, and still would have won. It would have given him style points, but he brought back, maybe it wasn't an option because of the little cubs, but he brought back the Mountain Bear, trying to prevent me from killing him, but he knows all I have to do is just hit my hero power button. I wanted to see, at this point, what I got, so I decided, since it was a frost spell, that I should kill him with frost, and that is exactly what I did. Hunter down, and even with those 3 big misplays, if you spotted them, and again, I'm telling you, the Cheaty Snobold play was not a misplay. That was a calculated error, but it's not one of the 3 misplays I was talking about. It actually worked in my favor, though, because I did want to reduce the life down of the Hydra, the fucking Hydra. I wanted to reduce the life down on that, so that if I did get either Brucon or a Scalding Geyser or a Scroll, that I could just end his existence and then start taking out the 3 ones with the other Snowfall Guardian, and hopefully the Cheaty Snobold had stayed on board, which it didn't. So that was a calculated error, but there was 3 major misplays before that. So if you can find those, like I said, write them down bottom, and in the video titled Frostbite Part 2 that I will be putting out later today, which will just be a short vid, maybe 15-20 minutes long, just one good game of the Frostbite deck again without the audio fucked up, then I will let you guys know in that video if I'm going to do a giveaway on it. Either way, write your comments down, because it'll be amusing to see if you can spot them. And again, let me know if you like the deck, if you have a good win rate with it, and anything else you want to write down there. Try to keep it positive. And just remember, every single one of you in the Claw Club community is just another claw on the paw that can swipe through anything life throws it through you. Okay, I fucked that up a little bit at the end, but you get what I'm saying. You can swipe through anything life throws at you. And so don't ever let anyone get you down. Don't ever let anyone piss you off, get you tilted, harass you, anything like that. You can get through anything. Don't let life get you down. Don't let present circumstances get you down. None of it. You can get through anything, and this community always has your back. There's always someone to talk to here. And I appreciate everything you guys have done. Let's grow this channel to the biggest potential. I am sorry I didn't put in all the usual special effects I do for like the wheels spinning and it sparking like it's going off the tracks and the smoke and like butterflies when Malagos is played and big stomping sounds when, you know, watch my last video titled The Endless Army and you'll see what I mean. But I apologize I didn't put all those in. I had to put in extra work narrating. Anyways, I'll be working on part 2 right after this. Love you. See you then.